Dr. Michael, institutional investors usually, as you mentioned in your book, favor commercial assets. But if you look at Dubai market, it's mainly dominated by the residential market. However, at the same time, as you mentioned, going back to sustainability, we see a lot of communities, going for certifications which involve ESG, like LEED Platinum certification or pre-certification.
Yep.
We've seen the likes of Expo City, of Meraas, the Acres. Again, will that make it for the institutional investors more appealing to invest in residential?
So again, we're starting to see this global shift in institutional money. So maybe 20 or 30 years ago, institutions focused on retail, shops, malls, etc., offices and industrial. So fairly, boxed into those three sectors. Well, we know there's disruption in retail through online shopping, so that's a risk in institutional money. The way in which we operate in the office world is changing with hybrid working, albeit again depends, but there's a risk there. So institutions are diversifying into residential globally, something that they've historically not been too interested in. But when you've got strong fundamentals, and Dubai, I would say, has strong residential fundamentals, a growing population, an economic growth that's larger than Western markets, then that would be attractive. So if a fund bought a tower or a block of apartments in a new master community, I don't see an issue with that. And where the wins could be with that is that it actually offers a better service in those buildings. So institutions who buy a whole tower or a whole block of apartments can do more add value management to it. So managing co-working spaces,
making sure the standard is consistent. So you know what to expect from.
Yeah, and also offering, going back to stability of cash flow, offering the rents at a slightly subsidised rate. So that they get full occupancy or as full as possible occupancy, and there's less voids and there's a more predictable cash flow. An institution is going to be able to weather that and manage that much better than an individual. So I think Dubai is not just the commercial, as you say. There is an opportunity for funds to look at ways in which, and that's probably where we'll see an evolution with the developers interacting with institutions to sell large blocks or large buildings within communities to institutions to get them managed professionally. Because of course we all have experience with individual. There's a potluck, isn't there? You get good landlords, you get challenging landlords.
Tell me about it.
So I think when an institution does it, then there's more confidence from the tenant. You can attract a much more stable cash flow in that. And I wouldn't be surprised if we started to see that as well. We move away from just off-plan selling to individual investors, and we start large institutions will buy the building and say, we want to manage that. This is a great strategic location, and Dubai has the plan to build the population, so we're confident to buy that asset.